What's going on, everyone? I'm Sir James from Gamerfuzion.com, and for this video I'm here to provide you guys with my review for the Razer Kraken 7.1 surround sound gaming headset. In this review we're going to go ahead and take a look at the design, the hardware, performance, and of course I'll be giving you guys a final verdict on a scale of 1 to 10. So starting with the design is still keeping in line with the Razer Kraken headsets in terms of the Pro series or even the series before that. So there's not really too much difference in terms of the actual look of the headset, even the same material in terms of the padding on the ear cuffs, and of course the cushioning on top is exactly the same. So there's no real difference here. I mean, the only really difference between these ones and the other ones is that this has a light up feature. It features 7.1 surround sound, and of course instead of connecting through a regular audio and mic chat, this actually features a USB connection. That's the only real difference here. But overall, in terms of the actual looks, these look really nice, especially in the dark when these light up. In terms of the light up features, you do have light up features on the ear cuffs, which you can turn that feature on or off using the Razer Synapse program. However, if you're wanting to change the color, that is not an option. The only option here is black and green, or just black with just the green logo on the top, and that's pretty much about it. So going over the hardware, you're able to adjust these headsets using the sides here. So depending on if you have a really small head or a medium-sized head or a large head, these actually adjust really well. So here you could easily just pop them on, adjust them. Actually, just going over the maximum settings is pop the max I go, and I have about like a medium-ish size head. So if you have an extremely large head, these might not work out for you. Then again, they might work. So overall, of course, you do have a microphone over here. Now what's cool is that you're able to extend this out, or when you're not having these in use, you could put these right back in. You simply just put them along that. And of course, another nice feature is that the microphone actually does light up at the tip when these are plugged in. When it's lit up green, that's indicating that the microphone is on and in use. Or you can simply push a little button here on the side, and this will turn off the little light indicating that the microphone is now muted, or indicating that the mic is now off. So it's a really nice feature overall. And of course, last but not least, you're also able to fold these in a little bit for travel purposes. Of course, these don't fold in quite a lot because it's not like these dismantle or anything like that. But if you're looking for that extra room in your briefcase, or just something to fit in your backpack, I think these will definitely be nice. Of course, I would recommend some type of travel pouch to put these headsets in, because these are made of plastic, so in due time plastic does tend to break depending on what's happening with the headset or what kind of pressure is going on. Like for example, right here is probably the maximum I'll probably stretch these out to. If I feel like if I stretch these out a little bit more, I'm probably going to snap one to the side. So it's kind of a little a not so good aspect there, but I'll definitely recommend some type of travel pouch if you're taking these on the go. Okay, next up, I'm going to go ahead and go over the performance. Now, these do feature 7.1 surround sound, which the surround sound does work quite well. For me, I like, first-person shooter games, especially the Battlefield franchise. So when I have these puppies on, I could hear everything. Now, it's not my first time around the block using a 7.1 surround gaming headset, but it's just crazy. For example, when you're playing games like Battlefield, for example, you could just basically hear everything. You could hear jets flying overhead. It's really cool. You could hear like vehicles out in the distance. You could easily indicate where everything is. It's like, okay, I hear some type of Jeep Humvee over here on my right. I hear people running towards behind me. I hear something going over here. You can hear everything. Whatever location is, wherever the sounds are coming from, you're able to pinpoint exactly where it's coming from. And of course, when you do plug these in and you start off in the Razer Synapse 2.0 system, you could actually adjust the surround sound to fit your personal needs. So if it's not, like the default settings not working out for you, you could tweak it around a bit to fix up your settings. So it's always useful. But so far, in terms of the actual audio, sound, and the 7.1 in use, it's actually really good. And of course, using the programs such as the Razer Synapse 2.0 is a really nice feature. There you can actually go around, tweak around with the actual microphone settings. And of course, if you're listening to music, it actually has a bunch of different defaults, like there's country, techno, and all that. And it'll adjust the the different segments for your audio music, so that way you could have a really enjoyable time. And of course, what I did notice is that every time you're using these for different programs, it tends to use them for like one program at a time. So if you have multiple programs, it's only going to use one of them, and you have to kind of configure it out. It's a little bit of a pain. And of course, another thing is the actual microphone. The microphone sounds really good, which I'll show you guys an example here in just a moment. But overall, in terms of microphones that I have used, a lot of people are able to hear me nice and clear with these headsets, which I'm going to go ahead and give you guys an example right now. Alright, so for this portion of the video, I am currently using the microphone off the Razer Kraken 7.1 surround sound gaming headset. This is actually the default setting, meaning I did not mess with the volume controls or the microphone controls at all. This is by default, as in I plug it into your computer, and there you go. So that was just an example of how these headsets sounds. Now that was just the default version of the program. If you actually go around and mess with the settings quite a bit, you could actually make these sound really, really good and crystal clear. But for the default usage, I was actually pretty surprised at how well they sounded. Now, of course, getting over to the final verdict is I only have one downside with these headsets. And the only downside I have is that you don't have the option to hear yourself talk. Some headsets have the ability, so when you're talking into the microphone, you could actually hear what you're saying, and you could actually indicate if you're talking too loud or too soft. Here with these, you don't have that option. Now, it is true that you could actually go into your programs by default and you could make it have that option. However, it doesn't really work too well. What I mean by that is when I was using that option, there was actually a delay. Every time I speak into the microphone, there was like a 2-second delay before I heard what I said through the microphone through the ear cuffs, which got really annoying, and it wasn't that good. And of course, you know, most people, if you like that feature, that is, if you like hearing yourself talk, you're not going to find these in this headset, especially when you have the headsets on. Like right now, I don't know if I'm talking too loud or too soft, and it's a really pain because, you know, you don't know. But that's the only negative I really have with these headsets. Overall, they're really comfortable, they're really enjoyable, and in the end, I'm going to give these a 9 out of 10. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about these, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. I'm Sir James from Gamerfuzion, and always remember guys, Gamerfuzion empowers your gaming. Alright guys, I'm back.